worldwide. Born of humble beginnings, her mother was a social worker and father was a preacher's son. From earlier on, her mother stressed the importance of an education, and with scholarship assistance, she graduated from Yale University with a BA in African American Studies and an MFA in drama. With her drive and ambition, she has gone on to play some of the most celebrated, real-life, pioneering Black women of the 20th century. A few of the films you are sure to recognize include Waiting to Exhale, How Stella Got Her Groove Back, Boys in the Hood, Malcolm X, The Rosa Parks Story, What's Love Got to Do with It, Mission Impossible Fallout. You also know her from the hit series 911, which just finished airing its 6th season this week. She recently reprised her role as the beloved Queen Ramonda in Black Wakanda Forever, for which she received a Golden Globe Award, a Critics' Choice Award, and an Academy Award nomination. Mrs. Bassett is the recipient of numerous other awards, which include the SAG Awards, AFCA and AFCA TV Honors Award, 14 NAACP Image Awards, including this year's Entertainer of the Year, 2 Golden Globe Awards, and a Black Girls Rock Icon Award. She was recently honored by Glamour's Women of the Year and Time Magazine's Women of the Year, as well as Time Magazine's Women of the Year and the Time 100 of the most influential people in the world. Her story is an inspiration to us all, and we are so honored to have her with us tonight and welcome her to the stage. Audiences globally with incredible performances in esteemed films. Your dedication to your craft has been invaluable to the industry, students, and the world. You are an embodiment of the importance of seizing opportunities when they reveal themselves and that the creative mind persists. For these reasons, and many more, it is Chapman University's privilege to confer upon you today, with great honor and distinction, the degree of Doctor of Arts honoris causa.
Members of the Board of Trustees, as well as Chapman University's senior leadership, faculty, and staff for bestowing this wonderful, wonderful honor upon me. I am deeply grateful. words that I could offer today as you take your first big step into the next chapter of your life. I thought about my own children who will be stepping onto college campuses as first-year students in the fall of 2024. They will begin the journey that you have just completed. And I am as excited for them as I am for each one of you. You remember what that was like when you were deciding which college you attend, right? I mean, a lot of work goes into choosing where you want to be, where you will spend those formative years, what feels right to you and for you as you're making one of the most important decisions that you will ever make during your lifetime. I mean, you're juggling the end of your high school era, right? As you prepare for college. I too remember what this period was like, and it is a lot. I mean, it made me think of that popularly used phrase that I believe that you might be familiar with. Have you ever been told, you're doing too much? Now, I heard this phrase in passing, and during those times, it was not pointed at me, or voiced in a mean-spirited way. Still, I began to think about, what does it mean you're doing too much? I mean, how can one really do too much? So I do what we all do when we don't fully understand something. I Googled it. And from what I found, it means the act of overachieving without any results or purpose. Well, let that sink in for a moment. Overachieving without any results or purpose. And as you sit here today, preparing to cross this stage into what will be the rest of your lives, after all the hard work that you put in over the past few years to get here, I mean, every paper, every project, every assignment, every midterm, every final, do you think it's even possible to overachieve? And further, to overachieve without any results or purpose? Many of you, well, you may know me as a successful and yes, award-winning actress, director, producer. You have perhaps seen me on 911 during a study break, or in the theater, in films like Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Mission Impossible Fallout. But to only see my life in that way would be the equivalent of opening a book to the 10th of 13 chapters and feel like you know the full story. So please allow me a little indulgence and let me begin at chapter 1. As a girl who grew up in St. Petersburg, Florida, raised by a mother who demanded nothing less than excellence from her children, my sister and I were taught from a young age to dream bigger than our circumstances, bigger than what we saw around us each day. And one of my mother's favorite things to tell us was, I don't have average children. Well, being Betty Jane's daughter and Golden's niece meant that there were expectations that I would make something of my life. I didn't know what that could mean until one day on a typical school trip to Washington, D.C., as I watched the legendary James Earl Jones in Of Mice and Men, a stage production at the Kennedy Center. I knew at that very moment that acting was what I wanted to do. I wanted to make people feel the way that I felt that day. You see, my career did not begin on a glamorous film set or on a reality-defying soundstage. I started acting at the St. Petersburg Little Theater in a production of The Great Sebastians
while I was still in high school. I mean, 4 little lines. But the fire that acting ignited in me was so fierce and fueled me each day as I juggled a busy schedule filled with, classes and homework assignments. 4 little lines, playing the maid. But that's what we do when we have goals. We work towards them despite the challenges, the difficulties, the sacrifices that we have to make. When I graduated from college with a BA in African American Studies, my family was so proud. I was proud. I was on my way. However, I was not done with acting, and acting was not done with me. I decided to enter graduate school. And soon after, a debate took center stage within my household. A black girl from a working class family in St. Petersburg, Florida, who just graduated from college, does not put that degree to use by becoming an actress. No, these are still the dark ages. After all, how was I going to earn a living? How was I going to keep the lights on, feed myself, clothe myself? I was supposed to go to law school or become a doctor or a scientist or a teacher, anything but an actress. Despite their objections and concerns, I decided to pursue this path at a time when it was not clear what might be realistically possible, because at that point, Black women were not often present in a significant way on television or the big screen. Still, I was going to work hard and fight like hell for the opportunity to do what I knew was my purpose. After I finished graduate school and plunged into life as a working, or rather, audition actress, it was far from easy. I worked odd jobs in between, constantly auditioning for roles. We call them survival gigs. I was told no. I didn't receive a call back. I didn't ace an audition. Doors closed. But I refused to allow a dream deferred to become a dream deterred. And whether it was playing a reporter number 78 or Rita Stiles and Boys in the Hood, there was no job, no role that was any less or more important than the other. Every single opportunity mattered, because I understood that life is a cascade of building blocks. That even at times you may feel like you're leaning towards a fall, the goal is to keep building and standing tall. Some might say that at times during my career I was working to create a diverse body of work, that perhaps I was doing too much. Yet that very road led me to standing here before you today. Now that you know a bit about me, let's talk about you. And what the idea of doing too much means from this day going forward. In reading about the history of Chapman University, one common theme that I read woven throughout the fabric of this institution is its willingness to embrace change and fearlessly face the future. I'm sure you know your university's history, but I think it's worth revisiting some of it today. From the very beginning, over 160 years ago, your founders made a firm and courageous statement about equality and higher education for all. In a divided country facing the certainties and uncertainties of the Civil War, during World War II, your university lent its entire Los Angeles campus to the U.S. Navy, while still managing to keep the school open. And once the war was over, the doors remained open to the masses are returning men and women who wished to continue their studies despite not having enough physical campus space to accommodate everyone. Yet they made provisions, and all were welcome. In 1961, in the midst of the civil rights movement, your university welcomed a young, then largely unknown African-American scholar and activist by the name of Martin Luther King Jr. as it launched a new artist lecture series. And in 1996, the newly formed School of Film and Television began to build its legacy of nurturing brilliant filmmakers. Your Dodge College of Film and Media Arts has graduated some of the most recognized and awarded filmmakers of our present era. Chapman University, class of 2023, this is now your legacy. You have become a part of a long and magnificent history of people who weren't afraid of overachieving and doing too much. Because for Chapman University Panthers, there is always much more work to be done. So what happens now? What happens, my fellow Panthers, is that you go into the world and you put everything you absorbed and learned over the past few years into practice. Think about that for a moment, Chapman University. This is a place of pride where, as you say, big ideas are born, where original thinkers are groomed to flourish in our challenging world, who rise to the occasion and accomplish anything imaginable. You describe yourselves as a family, that being on this campus feels like home. You are and forever will be a Panther. But it's your time now to leave this home and begin to create a life that you will call your own. It's all part of carving out your individual paths as purposeful, whole human beings. So now, if someone says to you that you are doing too much, you tell them, I'm just getting started. If someone ever questions whether you've earned a seat at the table of prosperity, you tell them, not only have I earned my seat, but I'm prepared to allow you to sit beside me once you have respectfully earned yours. Anyone who dares to question your blessings and your success has much more work to do on themselves. And if someone asks you if you are the right person for whatever it is in life that you're seeking, you tell them, absolutely. Because I am a Chapman University Panther. Class of 2023, I want to leave you with this crown of wisdom as I begin to close. Always remember that life is not linear. You may experience detours on your journey, but just because something doesn't happen the way we envision or when we expect it, don't label it a failure. Rather, embrace it as a gateway to infinite possibilities. It's understandable to be hurt and disappointed from time to time. After all, we are human. But you owe it to yourselves and to everyone who loves you and supports you to never, ever give up. Be kind, be compassionate, be grateful. Each day that we wake, we have another opportunity to make a contribution, to do something great, to do something good, even if that contribution is a gift that we selflessly give to someone else. I hope that you will carry this with you every day as a reminder to persist, to work hard, and to push forward and have some fun. Ask graduates these important questions for them to reflect upon as they take the stage. What do you want your life to reflect about you? When you make decisions, will your consideration of consequences extend beyond yourself? When you experience a breakthrough, what will you do to make sure it's more than a moment for you, but a movement for humanity? That's what it means to leave your mark on the world, to make a difference, to make a meaningful contribution to the human race. Although I'm truly honored to be amongst you today, this moment is about you, the Chapman University class of 2023, and my expectation is that you will shape our future with your ideas, with your innovation, with your achievements, and that you will lead by example for generations of future Panthers who will be encouraged to do the same when it's their turn. We are all cheering for you on today, tomorrow, and always. I spoke recently of a Maya Angelou quote that I think is most fitting for you today. All great achievements require time. To the Chapman University class of 2023, your undergraduate studies are complete, but you are by no means finished. Boldly, courageously, and unapologetically. Get to work. It is your time to win. Thank you again for this tremendous honor and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bassett, for those inspirational and insightful words. We're really honored to have you here. So graduates, as you entered Wilson Field this evening, you were given the